podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold the record. My drop. I know my drop. I know my situation. I want to fight.
Production.
But it's gonna be very difficult for both of us.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yo, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And it's another little trinket I got for you guys. Know what I'm saying? It won't be a long show, just reporting on some news that I thought was very interesting. You know what I'm saying? But before I get to the news, smash that thumbs up button if you're coming in, and go ahead and support the channel. Also, we're almost to that 100,000 mark, man. We're like 99,876, so 124 more till we get to that 100K mark. So if you want to support the channel, go ahead and tell a friend to tell a friend about the Boxing Voice, and head over to the boxingvoice.com/affiliate sponsors and click on that Amazon link. Bookmark that link, save that link, and do all your shopping through that link. It costs you absolutely nothing, but we do get a little kickback every time you use that link. But yeah, Eubank and Billy Joe Saunders, man, are back into the news. And it's coming from Frank Warren this time. Frank Warren was doing a press conference the other day, and he said that he reached out to the Chris Eubank camp and heard no reply. He said they were not interested in having that fight, which I personally found it hard to believe that Eubank wouldn't want that fight, wouldn't want the rematch, because I've always heard him talk about something that's a fight that he always wanted back, and it was a very, very competitive first fight, very tight scorecard. Some people thought Eubank Jr. won, like Carl Froch, and some of the public think Billy Joe Saunders won, like Frank Warren. So it'll be a definitely good grudge match to have with those two guys, and I think the British people deserve a big fight this year, right? I mean, what big fight of the British public getting this year? Like, just think about it. Was the Gail Eubank the biggest fight on British soil this year? Like, what fight is going to bring the British fans out? Apparently, it doesn't look like AJ is going to be fighting in the UK this year. A lot more money over in the States. You know what I'm saying? So, what big fight can happen in the UK realistically that can outdo this right here? That can outdo a Billy Joe Saunders and a Chris Eubank with the belt. Man, you guys seen the press conferences? Like, these guys do not, and I repeat, do not like each other. They have a lot of bad beef, a lot of bad blood, and it's just like one of those things where you need a nemesis. And I'm telling you, Billy Joe Saunders and Chris Eubank are perfect for each other. And Frank Warren, you know what I'm saying, doesn't hurt either. You know what I'm saying? Let me go to a quote from Frank Warren. We tried to make the Chris Eubank Jr. rematch, and they did not want to know. They did not want Eubank to fight Billy Joe Saunders under any circumstances. So he's saying no matter, like, that's kind of crazy, like under any circumstance. So you're telling me, I know, because Billy Joe Saunders is with BT, Chris Eubank is with ITV, and in the US, one is with Showtime and the other is with ESPN. Well, the last fight was on Showtime and the last fight was on ESPN. So you're telling me if Billy Joe Saunders was offered a nice deal to go over ITV, he wouldn't. I mean, the Eubank Jr. wouldn't take it. Or if you made a nice offer for Chris Eubank to fight on BT, they wouldn't take it. That's hard to believe, man, with all the animosity and all the back and forth that these guys do. Like, every interview you see these guys do, there's always a dig at the other person, like, always. So I just think this fight needs to happen, not only for the UK public. I mean, I'm an American, and I thoroughly enjoy seeing both guys in the ring, especially against each other. Billy Joe Saunders had a lot lot of things happened to him like the past year and a half. He got in trouble with some nasal spray, a PED, whatever you want to call it. So he had to drop out of the Demetrius Andre fight. He was supposed to fight. He fought a guy named Walter or whatever the fuck his name was, and at cruiserweight, and he beat him. Then he had a fight with let me see. Let me go back a little bit. Beat David Lemieux at the end of 2017. Looked spectacular. Then came back, fought the likes of Willie Monroe, which was a boxing match. You know what I'm saying? It was a hard fight to judge, but hometown man got the hometown decision. Then he had a fight scheduled with Martin Murray. Missed that fight due to injury, but there were speculations that he was possibly negotiating with Triple G. So the Martin Murray fight got rescheduled. Missed it again due to injury, but there were speculations that he was negotiating with the Triple G camp. And in actuality, Frank Warren came out and said they actually agreed to a deal with Triple G, but Triple G camp didn't want it. And then he says there is no way that Canelo wants to fight Billy Joe Saunders. Like his camp, these are Frank Warren words, not mine. Canelo's camp is not even interested in the ideal of fighting Billy Joe Saunders because of the boxing match that he put on against David Lemieux, which is a Golden Boy stablemate of Canelo. I don't know how true that is. I don't know. I don't know how accurate that is, because a guy like Canelo, man, I haven't seen him duck any phase or duck any challengers. If a guy calls Canelo named out, he fights him. Only person that he haven't fought yet that's been calling his name out, and that's his WBC mandatory, is Jamal Charlo. But I definitely think we're going to get that fight. Hopefully we can work towards that fight. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully Jamal has to do something where he pushes the WBC's hand and makes himself the actual mandatory. But back to Chris Eubank Jr. Now, Eubank Jr. has had one of those last year and a half that's kind of been up and down. He beat Archer Abraham, goes to the tournament, beats Yurdam, who just put up a good fight against Darrell in a fight that I thought he maybe had a case to win it, but it turns out that he is going to be the mandatory for the Darrell and Benavidez winner. So we're going to look to see that, you know what I'm saying? And he fought George Groves last year around this time and lost. So he took a little hiatus, got himself back right, came back and defeated James DeGale, who wasn't really the James DeGale that we knew, but the way he was talking, it seemed like he didn't think that Chris Eubank Jr. was on the same level as him. And even his father, Chris Eubank Sr., thought James DeGale was a dangerous opponent and could possibly upset the apple cart. You know what I'm saying? So Dennis Douglas, another Eubank Jr. Teammate or stablemate or campmate or whatever you want to call it, actually picked James DeGale after he was already training with Chris Eubank. So again, man, there was a lot of doubts going into this fight. But the bookies had it. They had it dead on, man. They had Chris Eubank as the favorite, and he went out there, man, and put on a damn good performance. Now we need to see what step that he takes next. And a fight with Billy Joe Saunders, in my opinion, would have been that perfect step, because not only do you get a notable name, but you go back and you revenge a loss on your record, even though how controversial it was, or you feel like you didn't lose. One thing that stuck with me, and as a competitor, you can't let slide. You can't just let this shit go under the by the wayside. You cannot let it slide. Billy Joe Saunders said, I go to bed every night happy, knowing that I beat Chris Eubank. I won on the cards. I have it on my record, not him, me. So I can sleep well at night while I know it eats him up. And if you're a competitor and you heard those words, there's no way in hell, if the money's right, everything's right, you don't want that fight. But we all know it's a big fight over in Britain. That could be a stadium fight. That could be one of those fights that they put outdoors in a stadium, and they do big numbers and they do good pay-per-views, because the background is already there. The backstory is already there. there's no building up to this fight. We all know what to expect going into this fight. A lot of fucking trash talk. One guy's gonna box and one guy's gonna come forward. But with the tutelage of and God, sorry, I'm forgetting his name, the new Chris Eubank trainer. Can you guys help me out in the chat? Yeah, I don't know the new trainer name. I forget his name. But yeah, maybe he could show Chris Eubank a thing or two. And I mean, we did see improvements from the last fight. You know what I'm saying? There were improvements. We did see a jab. We did see Chris Eubank try to box more behind his jab. So there definitely have been improvements, but this fight should definitely happen, man. I don't know what the weight is. Both guys seem to be kind of at a stalemate. Billy Joe Saunders is going up to 168 and fight for a interim WBO championship. I don't know if Gilberto Ramirez is going to move up. Is he staying where he's at? That's a whole nother topic. But right now, both guys seem to kind of need each other. Not need in the sense that they can't find any more fights, but need in the sense that, hey, if I can't get a fight with Canelo, if I can't get a fight secured with Triple G, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I do take a fight with my domestic brethren and make some money. And the reason I brought up Canelo because Chris Eubank Jr. came out last week and said it's kind of inevitable that he fights Canelo. We all know that at 168, that's not really his weight class. He eats breakfast the morning of the weigh-in, so he can definitely make 160 again and could definitely be a player down there too. You know what I'm saying? May not be a world beater, but I could definitely see him in the right situation, possibly winning or challenging for like a world title. You know what I'm saying? So, and long story short, you know what I'm saying? This fight needs to happen. Frank Warren, whatever you got to do, go call Al Heyman. We all know Chris Eubank Jr. has been advised by Al Heyman. Go sit down with Senior and just see if we can get this fight across the finish line. Because there's no reason why this fight shouldn't be happening. This is a big domestic fight, and it's a lot of bragging rights on the line too. If Chris Eubank Jr. wins, who says a trilogy is off the table? More money for them. You know what I'm saying? The bigger and bigger and better that it can get. We do have a conference call in 15 minutes, so I will be wrapping this up here shortly in the next minute or so. But if you like what you're hearing, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. I can't stress enough how much that helps with the channel. It helps with the visibility of the channel. Just trying to grow and trying to get bigger. Until next time, I'll see you in about 15 minutes. Yes, sir, I am out. Well, I'm not out yet. Maybe I'm out now. How about now? Hey, am I live? Am I live? No, let me quit fucking around. Peace out. Yes, sir.